Yo, how's it going, y'all? We're back with PYS 2, day number 2. First day was yesterday. A few things went down. Started out with 32 teams. So Wargaming saw that since PYS 1, only 32 teams signed up. They made the limit 32 instead of 30, or instead of 64, I believe it was last time. I guess we can get right into it now. What's up? We got. Oh. Showing the wrong thing there, my fault. The screen, meant to show in game. I have my Discord open. One sec here. Alright. Here we are. PYS number. Actually, I want to check the first one. See if I'm talking. Yeah, so there was 64 teams, but since only 31 played, they set the limit to 31. And this time 32 signed up, so we had an extra team. They hit the limit, which means maybe someone got screwed out of participating, if it's possible. I don't really know. But thankfully, actually, the brackets are working correctly on the website. If I load them really quickly, we can take a look at how day 1 went. And then we can take a look at how day 2 is set to go. So Kujas N13, good to see y'all in here. Hello, hello. N13, you enjoying your little your break? You know, you guys qualified PYS 1. You get to kick back, relax, enjoy the show. You know, look at all the other teams, laugh at everyone else who has to play right now because they didn't win. Not you, man. You're a winner, so you get to relax. All right, now I can show you. I had the wrong thing open on my monitor. We're good now. Okay, so there were 8 groups yesterday, 8 groups of 4, and top 2 moved on. So we went from 32 teams to 16 teams. And tomorrow there will be 8 teams, so top 2 move on every day. GG and Filth from Group 1. Rejects and Chem from Group 2. Metro Kitten M for Group 3, interesting. So Autis, they had a decent run in the previous PYS, but this time, not so much. They have been eliminated on day 1, which it definitely hurts, but Metro Kitten M move on. We have Void and Onyx moving on. So Void, actually, they had a rough PYS 1. They got eliminated on day 1, but this time they did quite well, taking their group. Group 5 is Apex, who didn't actually sign up PYS 1. People thought they weren't going to play. They are playing. Looks like they went to tiebreaker with YSL. So that's concerning, but we'll see how it goes. Group 6, Moon over 7 Rats, but those 2 teams move on. Group 7 was Soul and Photon. Group 8 being Dash _A and Pix. So I'm not familiar with either of those clans, but they moved on. I'm trying to see if there's anyone notable that got eliminated. I guess Fide, I remember moving on in the last one and not this time. That's mostly it though. As well as Autis in that group. But yeah, so that was the groups for the first stage. Now I'll click on the second stage, which is today. There are 4 groups. And again, top 2 will move on to tomorrow. I'm getting my invite in a minute here, so I don't want to take too long with this. So I can start looking at what the maps will be. I don't know. I know the group I'm watching. I don't know the teams that I'm watching. But anyway, Group 1, GG, YSL, A, and Metro. Astro, I guess. Group 2, this is the group that I will be watching today. We're either going to be starting out with Apex, Soul, or Kitten and Venom. It's the Void team. They've named themselves Venom. Cool, cool. Group 3 is Moon, Pix, and then Onyx, 7 Rats. And Group 4, Rejects, Filth, and then Photon Chem. Looks like I've got Apex and Soul to start things out. Cool. Alright. Get to watch my former clan. But, alright, so those are your groups for today. And again, we're starting off here. So I'm starting off watching Apex Soul. But Kitten M's going to go on the other side. And yeah, top 2 will be moving on. So, hope you guys are excited for today. One thing I will comment, I don't think we're going to be having any predictions today. If I manage to be able to run them myself, maybe I'll be able to do that. But it's going to be hard. I'll run this first one, but I might not be able to run them consistently. Let's go to my... Is this the scene I want to go to? I kind of just want to go to my camera scene, to be honest. I didn't want to show that. That's awkward. Where's my camera seat? There it is. My fault, guys. I clicked the wrong thing. Also, box of girls can't be cookies. Let me move that out of the frame. J-Boy's been snacking a little bit. Yeah, my bad for showing the room a little early, but teams weren't really showing up, and I also weren't really in the tanks that they wanted to be in either. But now let me get this set up here more properly. So Apex on the left, and Soul on the right. Thankfully, this season, everyone's been really responsive about logos and everything, which I appreciate a lot. I didn't know what group I was streaming until kind of recently, and Soul I sent the clan leader message and got back with an image within like just a few minutes. Sometimes I don't expect the teams at that level to have logos and everything, but there was one all ready to go, so it was awesome. Very impressed by the responsiveness of many teams. Not just Soul, Kitten as well, Autis, all the mid-level teams that you don't always expect to have logos because they don't really, expect to get anything in terms of like an avatar or a clan logo, that sort of thing. But it is cool, and I think the teams enjoy having some sort of symbol to represent themselves. So I'm happy to include it on the streams. And go ahead, show the training room, and you can get to see the logos here. But Soul hasn't quite shown up yet. Hopefully they get 7 today. Maybe they're just in the middle of their warm-up. Seems like everyone's showing up here. But Port Bay is going to be the first map that we see. And I didn't check the map for the tiebreaker. If I did, I forgot it. But I guess quickly we could maybe go over the rosters, because I'm also kind of curious to know what the Apex roster is, because I'm not as familiar with everyone on this team. So renamed user, this is Blue, this is Captain, not surprised there. We got Kujis, who didn't expect to see on Apex. I knew Kujis was playing, but I forgot what team it was, so that's right, Kujis, it was Apex, cool. Krish, he's been on Joker in the past, and Apex. Jizuzu, that's DJ, he's been on Apex in the past. I think he was on Joker as well once, maybe? I'm forgetting. I think he was on Apex, or on Joker once. Ferocious Puppy, I actually don't know. So one of these is Pharaoh, and I don't know who the other one is. I don't know who Ferocious Puppy is. I'm gonna have to look that up real quick, because... Ferocious Puppy. And of course my Blitz Stars is bugging out. I might not be able to see it. Hold on. I gotta log in. Anyway, Mormon G, don't know. He's been on 11, who that is. Okay, Ferocious Puppy is Luke. Okay, that's cool. So he's new to the team. Market Man, he's been on the team in the past. This is not actually Kami. This is someone playing on his account. So don't get your hopes up too much there. Desert Pharaoh, I believe that's an EU player, and Ferocious Kitten's Pharaoh. And they are playing against Soul, which is led by Eepy, and then we got Sigma, Silver, CJ Parks, Meower, Josh, Lagundo, Player 92, Momo, and Mental. So I don't really know anyone on this team, to be honest. I recognize a couple names, like I recognize Momo and maybe CJ Parks. That's about it. I don't really know that team too well at all. But wishing them luck here. Port Bay is going to be the map. Nice little symmetrical one for the most part. In terms of like pubs, not very balanced, but in comp, teams know how to play the south spawn, and it's not really so much of an issue. Anyway, we can go ahead and get the map intro on going for our first set. I'll do a prediction here. Who win? Apex, Soul. I'll make it a 2-minute prediction. What's up, AJ? Welcome to the Twitch chat. Alright, we can get right on into it here. Fortunately, again, not able to fly very high, so we're just gonna have to make do. Now we got a double light tank for Apex with the Vickers and the Panzerwagon. Mr. T-Dub, the light tank goat himself, running it with Krish here. Looks like maybe Krish crossed into the corner. They do know that the enemy team has 1 light tank, but what's really interesting is the 3 Ho-Rees. They are setting up some sort of nuke here. Is Apex gonna get hit by it? This is an interesting little thing that they're doing. I wish I could get a better view of it. They're trying to see if they can shoot cross map. Looks like, oh man, yeah, Desert Pharaoh been lit, taking some damage here. Is he gonna get hit more? Looks like he is in cover from a couple of the Horis. Kujis in position to fight against Lagundo here. It's a little sneaky spot that you can take in the rocks, but Lagundo trying to fight it right away, but he's getting hit pretty hard. But the single shot will be able to consistently bully Kujis. He's kind of in a position to dig him out, though. Looks like Hori's... did EP Josh get spotted? He doesn't have the light bulb, but he has taken some damage, so... Lagundo is still getting hit pretty hard. Kujis is able to get cover here, and since the TDs look like they are more occupied elsewhere, they're not really able to help fight Kujis. No, there's that building in between them anyway. Will Kujis be able to get the kill here? Ooh, 411, low roll for Lagundo. 3 HP for Kujis getting the kill. EP Princess tried to sneak the kill shot, wasn't able to get it, so that is a 3 HP concept dug in there. Really unlucky there. I don't know if the average alpha is 420 is what it used to be for the IS4. Did it get changed to 400, or did he low roll that catastrophically? Not sure. Anyway, Krish is in an interesting spot for getting some information on the enemy team. He probably did end up being the one to light the Hori there. Took a little bit of damage. But he's got cross shots on the enemy Panzerwagon. That's being lit for 20 seconds now with the tracer shells. Looks like Mr. Blue took a little bit of damage. He's getting up here for some lights. He spotted himself, though. Oh my goodness, 116 F3 found him. And Hori started looking in his direction. Smart for him to back out there while he could. Well, things are relatively slow in the town. Looks like Ferocious Puppy is trying to cover Kujis here. Trades a shot with the Panzerwagon. When you're in that light tank, oh, and you have no way out. EP Princess has dug themselves into a little bit of a sticky situation here. You can't really leave this boat. Not the best place to be. And the Kronvan's just kind of keeping the excuse me, the Panzerwagon. Man, I'm dying over here. What the heck? Oh my goodness, I need to take a drink of water. Apex pushing over on the other side, and now they are going to try to kill out this Panzerwagon. If I were a Panzerwagon, I'd try to maybe just get the shot into Kujis, but nope, wasn't able to do it. It was down. A was stolen by Mormon G. Soul is now in a 6v4. They were able to get a kill over there on the Vickers. Double Hori's pushing up, but they are down on the caps, and there's no clear way for them to get a base. Mental does get the kill on Kujis, though, 5v3. Double Hori's, though, probably won't be able to get the kill on Marketman, who is going to reload and get the pick on EP Josh. And the Malice looks like trying to drive for the C base, but there's just not enough time. It's not going to work. 950, 960. Mental about to go down, and once he gets picked up here, rip the HE from Ferocious Puppy, but that's 1,000 points with the kill there. And Apex will take game 1. My voice just got so scratchy all of a sudden. I was dying over there. What the heck? My voice is a little bit tired today. I was doing a lot yesterday, but we'll fight through. We'll fight through. But Krish on top with 3k damage. The triple Hori was an interesting idea. They were hoping to get some sort of nuke, but they just kind of put in shots individually. And yeah, EP Josh did plenty of damage, but Sigma Mental kind of middle of the pack, which isn't like bad per se, but when you're in a Hori, you would expect them to have some vital role in this strat that makes them work. And it didn't quite work out too well for Soul there. But Apex now switching things up. They got a TVP in the mix. Haven't seen that tank in a while. I think he's to be part of a very toxic meta. What's up, Catalyst, Billy, Checkmate, Mopar? Hello, hello. Man, my voice is just dying here, guys. I apologize. Made tonight, welcome. So Soul will keep the Panzerwagon. But no light. Oh, it's double TVP for Apex. Okay, yeah. So back in the old TVP meta, you tended to run them in pairs. You know, they could kind of clip out a tank together. But it looks like it's going to be Caro for Apex. Okay, so a Caro and a TVP. Oh, they're both switching to Caros. All right, fine. Fair enough. Caro's a pretty solid tank right now. It's got reasonably troll armor as well. Like you can bounce shots with it. Decently alright for brawling against mediums. And of course, having an auto reloading mechanic means that you can shoot single shot for a little bit better DPM. And then once you have enough shots put into the enemy medium, you can clip it out for the kill. So it's a solid pick. I don't know exactly how it's doing in terms of balance as compared to the TVP right now, like how they're performing with the current balance. But I know that people think that the Caro's relatively like one of the better mediums in the game in general. Not necessarily comp-wise one of the better tanks, but in terms of like just all-around medium tank value, it's not bad. Looks like we're seeing... Oh, I'm not able to click on this team for some reason. Okay, now it's working. Self-boost from Soul's Panzerwagon. Gonna spot Krish on the crossing. Puts in the first shot. Ooh, Krish getting hit there, tracked, but gotta look at the Panzerwagon. Looks like renamed users just gonna go for a complete rush down here. Gonna put in a full clip. Panzerwagon backs down. Kronvon's gonna try to help out, shoot EP Josh in the rear, but Apex needs to put pressure into the Kronvon, keep that from happening. But it looks like all those concepts for Soul putting tons of damage into renamed user. He actually goes down quite quickly. Apex wasn't putting enough pressure in the middle here. Those concepts able to shoot him out there. Apex has learned from this though. They're starting to take more of the center here, get themselves in cover, and one of the concepts actually gets picked off. Are they too tall here or what? Didn't see exactly what happened. Oh, he tried to go for the full crossing. And that's a little greedy. There's this little spot right here where there's just no cover in between like these little hills on the left and right, so that's exactly where he died pretty much, where he started taking all that damage. And yes, Soul has some control of the corner and they've got pretty good armor to do it, but they did lose a tank for it, trying to get a little bit greedy. So Panzerwagon is trying to rush around, maybe see if he can get the drop on Krish over here. Lagundo also kind of sneaking around, but looks like Apex wants to take the fight to the concepts here. Market Man, though, bleeding a good chunk of damage. Now, Apex does have a little 3v1 action against player 922 in the F3. Lagundo does find Desert Pharaoh, is going to put the full clip in and get the kill most likely here. Needs to aim for it, but no, backing up. Desert Pharaoh is going to survive a little bit longer, gets picked off eventually by player. Apex, in the meantime, trying to take the corner here. Gsor got a pretty high DPM heavy tank, going to be fighting the concept here along with Market. FE2 and 5B is another well-armored heavy tank, and Sigma missing the shot into Market, forced to go on a decently long reload. Market Man needs to get forward as the Kronvon's clipping him out from the rear. Does get picked off by Lagundo with a full clip, and Ferocious Puppy will likely be able to get the kill on Momo here. Sigma's gonna put in another shot. Ferocious should be able to get it here with a well-placed shot. Gotta aim it though. Come on, Ferocious Puppy. Luke missing the shot, gonna go down now. Unfortunate play there from Apex means they're gonna drop that one, and now all of a sudden it's a 2v4 scenario. Looks like control of the corner for Soul won very nicely. Lagundo with a really nice play coming all the way around. At some point I wanted to comment on how I believe one of the ways I think Oblivion played this map when there was a fight in this area as they took a tank going around like this and came up on the rear. I was hoping Apex would do that, but it was actually Soul that did it to Apex. Lagundo getting the kill on Krish. Definitely the MVP of this game here was Lagundo's positioning. I don't know if that's the real Lagundo or just choosing that username as more of a pun, but yeah. Soul was able to put a tank back here, get the kill on the concept, help out in the corner, and then, yeah, worked out quite well for them. They're going to tie things up 1-1. This is a best of 3, by the way. So the winner of the next game actually does win the set. There we go. Mormajif goes down in the 60. Apex definitely needed to apply more pressure in the middle here, prevent their first Kara from going down so quickly, because he got nuked absolutely. And yeah, very nice strat. 3.7 from Lagundo. I want to check his player username history just because I don't know if this is the real Lagundo or not. This is not. This is Whale Legs. Okay, okay. This is Whale Legs. Whale Legs made a good play. Gotta give it up. Got a minute and 30 seconds. The last game, tiebreaker on Naval Frontier. Solid symmetrical map for the tiebreaker. And double light going again for Vickers and a Panzerwagon duo. And no light for Soul. They're going to be running triple concept, triple F3, and a Kron. All the Clippers, man. Clipper meta. It's just how it be. Maybe no double light? I don't know. They're figuring things out, but... 113 GFT. Alright, so the homage to previous metas coming out here. What's up, Billy? PvP Blue, Caro. Renamed user is Blue, yeah. Christian, then 907. Oh, okay, they're experimenting with tanks. Don't know exactly what's going on here. Every time I name one, they switch it out. So maybe I should just not worry about the lineups until the game starts. But it's all good. Find the intro for Naval Frontier. And again, this is a best of 3, so winner of the game takes the set, moves on to winners finals. Looks like the 907 is being locked in here. We'll roll the map intro. 60 TP stays, 2 and 5B stays for Market. I'm not sure how many tanks Market has, if maybe he's tank limited and there's a reason they keep playing the 2 and 5B, because they seem to be playing a lot less Clippers than other teams are. The only Clippers they've got one F3 and they've got 2 Krons. Here we go. Let's see how the tiebreaker game works. Oh, gotta get my camera going here. Naval Frontier. Apex playing split, but they are crossing a Kronvon to the TD position, just not fully to A. Both teams are playing more towards the C side. Interestingly, looks like we're going for a quick B grab from Soul here. No, not a B grab. Going for an aggressive opening play. Gets proxied by Krish. Soul is making a very quick push, and if you're Krish here, you gotta back out, right? You gotta drop. You're gonna get nuked for this. No, not backing out, and Krish is probably dead here? Absolutely. That was a very slow reaction from Krish. If you recognize that, you probably just drop down right here, yeah, and you're safe. Apex does have a counter clip, though, and they take out Princess. But Kujis is now getting picked off. Aggressive triple concept up top is going to go for him along with the F3s. And all of a sudden, Soul is looking poised to take game 3 here. They've taken a good amount of damage, though. HP is relatively even, but they're up a tank entirely. And there's time for player in 9266 to reload his clip. Renamed user going to try to get in there, but he's just going to get clipped out by Lagundo. Realizing that's probably not a good play to make, misses the kill on Sigma. He's going to be losing nearly his full HP just for free here. Player 9266 will go down, but yeah, Renamed user will get picked off relatively quickly here by Lagundo. Having not put in any damage at all other than that shot right there, I believe. Desert Pharaoh, Mormon need to get themselves in the fight. 60 TP. Got that big punchy gun, but I don't know if he's got enough left in the tank. Apex is going down here. Are they going to lose the set to Soul? It's looking like it. Being completely caught off guard. Mormon taking forever to aim the shot. Him and Marketman are able to get the kill on Mental, so he was just trying to line up the focus fire, which is respectable, but now he's kind of playing in the back, maybe trying to cover Desert Pharaoh, who's already been picked off. And yeah, I think that's going to be game 3 going to Soul, taking it 2-1 over Apex to start things off. What a day. This is going to be an interesting PYS here, I believe. Apex going tiebreaker with YSL yesterday, and today losing their first set to Soul. Congrats to Soul. That was a very nice aggressive play there. I was originally thinking, okay, do they grab B with that? But no. They pushed right on through, completely caught Krish off guard, who didn't recognize that the heavy was going straight for him. You gotta dip quickly there, and he just kind of sat there, let them bring it right to him. Also, the Kronvon in the middle didn't spot the other 2 F3s coming in. If he had peeked up a little bit there, maybe he would have gotten that vision. Krish would have had a little bit more time to see, oh, there's 3 of them coming right at me. Maybe I should back out. But no, he got deleted. Again, blue only put that one shot in, lost most of his HP trying to see if he could push around for the kill. Player 9266 missed the shot on the Quran, and yeah, it didn't work out. So, series of mistakes there. But Soul takes it. Congrats to Soul. See who predicted that one, right? Cool. Which means we will be watching... I mean, I guess we can refresh the website. What is happening this season? What's up, Lottily? Welcome to the stream. Website is loading. Of course, it is always loading. There we go. So Group 1, GG versus Astro. Okay. Group 2 will be Soul versus... Oh, this game is not out yet. Group 3, Moon Onyx. Ooh, Onyx over 7 Rats. Alright. 7 Rats is having a little bit of a rough streak. Going down in 4th place on day 3 of last PYS, which is worse than they expected. And then in lower bracket already for this one. So 7 Rats Apex a little underperforming this season. Group 4, Rejects and Kitten M. Cool. Like a hair in my mouth or something. Okay. Alright, so still waiting to see who Soul plays against. So that'll be presumably at 9:32, but if it takes a long time, I think the sets do get pushed back. But I think we have time for a game. Maybe 2. Mad Games is the game mode right now. And my favorite tank to play in Mad Games is actually the BZ75. Being able to just invis on people and then HE them, it's just fun to do. So that is what I will be doing. Sahara, hello, hello. Apex team looks very bad, not gonna lie. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. What's up, Breeze? Air Forest, hello, hello. Who just? Apex team low-key buns. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Your top 8 team getting destroyed by top 16 teams this season. Something's going on. Something's going on. I don't know. Do not know. But we will game here with Magums. What's up, hi? Hello, hello. Yeah, man, I mean, Origin lost set to Autis, Apex losing a set to Soul, 7 Rats losing their set. It's an interesting PYS, you know, the season's getting pretty interesting, and I'm enjoying that personally. Alright, we're gonna invis here so we can maybe get an HE on this T100. Come here, bro. Give me your boy. Yeah. Oh, that did not pen? That's crazy. I thought that would pen for sure. That's diabolical. Alright. Get close to this guy because the closer I get to him means the shorter my reload is. Am I unspotted? Why did my pause menu do there? Oh, I don't know. Did I just completely miss? I probably just missed my 1 key and went to escape somehow. Okay, their team's this way. Alright. I'll help out. I'll help out. Ooh, I could maybe go for the kill on that 183. Might be the play. I think that is going to be the play, actually. It is in. Get that kill. Good. Now, unfortunately, their BZ went invis and is likely to play up on me here. I'm trying to cut this guy off. There we go. I hate... Okay, their 183 came. I hate playing on my second one. It's so awkward. Can't believe my HE didn't pen that dude. It seemed like it went right where I aimed it. Diabolical. Sharon just killed himself. Nice. Alright, let's double check the bracket. It is still going on. No problem. What else is even fun in Mad Games? Like, maybe 2 and 5B? Someone told me G-Star is fun. I don't like tanks with super speed just because they're so hard to drive. What's up, Aro? I'm curious, for those in the Apex team, do they scrim much? Are they just not locked in or something? Because I know in the past, a problem that Apex has had is not taking things seriously. Maybe that's happening again? I don't know. Also, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time in a while, I got a new monitor, which is a different resolution than my normal streams are. I've always had 1080p monitors and stream in 1080, but now that I have a 1440p monitor, my entire overlay bugs out when I use that, so I'm actually playing Blitz on one of my old 1080p monitors and it's off to the side, so it's really throwing me off. So I have to, like, spectate streams and play like this. It's really weird. Also, keep forgetting that the new minimap sizes kind of throw things off a little bit. Jaden, what are you doing? I guess we can cap, it's fine. 4K5 capping, diabolical. That, 62, I just want invis. Seeing Riser's in the game, interesting. Yeah, our 4K5's dead. No surprise. I don't know what he's doing there. Cool to see Riser in the game. He's a good player. He's an old player as well. Stirve hit me. Oh yeah, was the Patton fun? No, Patton was an uprising tank that I like to play, not necessarily this mode. I got tracked, I can't even move. I just had to eat that shot. Pain. Problems with only having one repair kit. Yeah. That 4K5 was in an awful position. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this spot now, actually. Wait, did I see something fall there? Yeah, I think I'm in a bad position. Unfortunate. Look at we ball. If I get nuked and die, then I don't care. Do I have help? Not really. I do. No, he's dead. Patton's just dead. Patton's just dead. Yeah, just sit in front of the 4K5. Why don't you? Yeah, smart. Yeah, Sheridan. Yeah, smart. Just ram the stirve, why don't you? Smart. 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 He can actually ram me and heal himself if he wants to. Ram me. No, he's just not gonna do it. Alright, fine. Yeah, I'm pushing this. I'm pushing this. Where is that Yag? Rip me.
One of our tracks is damaged. We've damaged them. Track hit.
Wait, Sheridan's the GOAT. Sheridan's the GOAT. Sheridan is the GOAT. Oh my god. Dude, Sheridan's genius. That's genius. I'm so impressed by that. I'm so impressed by that. I'm so impressed. That's a really smart play by that Sheridan. He's actually the GOAT. He has redeemed ramming the Sturv. Incredible play. Incredible play getting that kill. That is the 100% the correct play to make. I didn't say anything. I just assumed he wouldn't do it. But he's my GOAT. Heart to riser. But, damn. That was genius. Sheridan's the GOAT. Alright, I got my invite. Who are we watching? We are watching Soul versus Kitten M. Soul versus Kitten M. So Kitten M, I believe they beat Void twice in PYS 1, and now they beat him today in PYS 2. So it's Apex versus Void for elimination in third. That's diabolical. People were probably predicting them to make grands. That's insane. Yeah, that's diabolical. Crazy. Hold on. If I click on them, it was probably 2-1, right? Yeah, 2-1. Insane. Well, Soul Kitten M in upper bracket finals. Who would have predicted that? What a tournament. There is a realistic chance that Apex gets 4th place today. Well, we can show the room in a few seconds. Oh, let me check the maps first. This is a best of 5, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, Middleburg, Desert Sands, Faust. Cool. Yeah, Soul Kitten M. And we start, yeah, Desert Sands. I'm sorry, Middleburg and then Desert Sands. Looking at lineups here, Clippers, of course, majority of the tanks. So I'll keep in that Panzer wagon though. Ooh. And yeah, so I've seen a little bit of these teams. Obviously, we saw Soul play today. We saw Kitten M play in PYS 1, where they had a reasonably decent showing. Oh, they're rocking a Felice now. It's a relatively rare tank. Not only in the sense that it's rare in the meta, but it's just rare that people own it in general, because it costs a lot of money to get. But an E5 being the 7th tank, okay. It's interesting. But Soul is rocking the meta, of course. I'm curious to see if they run something crazy aggressive here as well. They ran aggressive plays really on both the games where they beat Apex with, were aggressive things that kind of caught them off guard. They got the early kill on the Caro, game number 2, then game 3, early kill on the 907. And both of those plays kind of won them the game, so maybe wondering if that's something we're going to be seeing again, where it's just a quick clip someone out, hold the early advantage, and then win. Maybe what we see here could be Soul's win condition here. We'll run another prediction, I guess. Why not? Guess I can handle doing them myself. It's not that hard. Maybe it is. But anyway, here we go. We can go ahead and roll the intro on Middleburg if it's cooking. And here we are. Winners finals. Soul versus Kitten M. I'm just as curious to see what's going on between Void Apex. I mean, really for either team, getting 4th place today in a group where those were the teams that were expected to be the ones to move on is going to be embarrassing either way for either team, especially so for Apex being the top 4 team from last season. Although, to be fair, this roster is nothing like that roster. And also, I'm sure that the effort that they're putting in this season is nothing like the effort they're putting in last season, given that last season was cash prize and this season's not. Anyway, looking at Kitten M, they spawn with their E5 up top, probably the most ideal tank they want to have up here. He's going to be taking the sneaky little position that you can do only on the north spawn. However, Soul getting the cap lead. They left a couple tanks down low. Kitten M, they have Percy down low, but he didn't go for a quick base for some reason. He stayed back. Kitten M has Agent Kermit spotting Sigma and Player. They will eventually step on the base, but they're down quite a bit on caps. In fact, they're likely to be down over 80. And 80 is the magic number here for Tier 10 competitive. Because if you get a kill, your points go up by 40. The other team's points go down 40. Delta of 80. So normally, if your points are within 80 and you get a kill, the cap lead will change. If you're losing by less than 80, you get a kill, and all of a sudden you're winning by a little bit. But now that Kitten M is down by more than 80 in the points, they have to get 2 kills to overtake on the leaderboard or on the cap board. Or obviously grab a base. That'll definitely help out as well, but in terms of getting a kill, one kill alone isn't going to do it. Agent Kermit's just sitting up here in this little position. He's got himself dug in nicely. And to be fair, the E5, although it's not like the meta tank, it's definitely not a bad one to have here. It's got reasonably good hold down capabilities, solid armor, reasonably alright gun. Probably didn't want a single shot, or they probably put the E5 there because they wanted a single shot instead of a clipper like the concept. Looks like Agent Kermit does get hit there once by Sigma, so E5 not impenetrable. Where'd that shot going? Kind of hard to see it, the camo here. Maybe you guys can spot a little bit better than me. Oh, there we go, right in the side of the turret. So yeah, not an impenetrable tank for sure, but difficult to pen. So props to Sigma for hitting it. He gets HE'd a little bit in return. At the moment, things are quite slow. Kitten M is the team that has to make a move. At the moment, they're playing pretty far back. 2 of their 4 F3s are just kind of sitting here on the crossing, trying to see if they can catch something from Soul, but Soul has no reason to push, so not entirely sure Kitten M needs them there if they can do something else. They have some sort of play for those planned, most likely. Maybe they'll drive towards the town into B. They have options here. Kitten M has plenty of options and plenty of time. Still 4 minutes left to go in this game. Speed boost from Accelerator. He's moving up. Looks like Neko Maxing will be turning around. But he's looking more down low. There's not going to be anyone back here. He's looking all the way over there for some reason. Percy, though, makes contact with Mental from Soul, spotting each other all the way out there. Good information from both teams. Up top, though, not a whole lot going on. Looks like Momo moved up a little bit for Soul. Maybe he's already been there, I don't know. Kermit's moved off of his position, though. Player 922 is going for spots up top. Right now, both teams just trying to gather information. Kitten M needs, of course, information to make a play. Looks like JTech wants to see if he can try to snag the C base, which would definitely flip the caps eventually, but the caps are already close enough to 1,000 where it's going to be a little scary. But we are seeing a play being made by Kitten M now. They're actually going to grab B. Soul, this is their cue to counter push. Sigma speed boosting, Silver-haired speed boosting. They're moving forward towards C. Kitten M has 2 tanks in B. And what that tells Soul is that they should have a mismatch up top, but Lagundo is kind of playing pretty far back, taking hits. Percy still working on grabbing the base, but Darkest Savage being picked up top. Percy trying to go for the push here on Mental. But Kitten M looking quite good here. Even though they're down the HP, they've got 2 bases and they have the cap lead soon. They are down a tank. But Soul really has to get kills here, and they do get 1. They also need to stop A and B. Do they have anything ready? A is relatively safe right now. Not going to be grabbed easily. Looks like EB Princess is going to go for it, but they're clipping out J-Tag as well, trying to grab C for some reason. He needed to put his shots in more quickly. He dying with nearly a full clip there. Bit of a mistake. Soul is going to stop the A base, grabbing C with Momo, getting the kill. Sorry, dropping Lagundo, though. And it's 990 for Kitten M, 995, and no one's touching B. Kitten M will take it. 1,000 points. Little awkward one where Soul had the tank advantage and HP advantage for a lot of it, but never ended up controlling bases. Light Tank did grab one of them, but they had absolutely no resources to go for B. Which lost them the game, even though they were doing relatively well in the fight. It ended up as a 4-on-4, of course, but for a lot of that, Soul did have the advantage, but they did have to bring a tank completely out of the fight in order to grab the base. And so Kitten M will start off with the game 1 lead here. Alright, well 40 seconds left till game 2. Sorry, I was just reading some messages that I got. Tanks switched up a little bit. Kitten M is going to keep mostly the same stuff with the Felice, F3s, Grons. They do get rid of the E5 though. Probably just because they don't have the spot to use the E5 with on this south side. And Soul bringing the mouse in. Well, that's at least one tank that's going to be playing down low for them. Unless they somehow bring that tank up top. Maybe if he spawns up top. That would be really unlucky, though. Especially considering they already have a light tank in the lineup. But that would be a little funny, though, I have to admit. And here we are. No mouse spawning on the hill, thankfully for Soul. This is their Panzer Wagon, and interestingly, none for Kitten M spawn up top. Usually we do see, like, if they have 7 heavies, one of them does tend to spawn up top, but not this time. But the mouse is going up. Huh. Huh. That usually screams town to me, but no. Percy gets hit, though. Looks like EP getting an early spot, but gets blind fired in return. Good shot there, presumably from... well, it's either Percy or JT, I couldn't tell who. But good blind fire in the light. Which definitely is better for Kitten than it is for Soul in that trade, because light tank trading with the heavy is never a good thing. However, Soul gets the early A. Kitten M again, slow to take B. It was fine for them last game though, because they eventually aggressed up to A and it didn't really matter. Now, I don't know how to feel about having the mouse up here. I'm guessing it's just to make, you know, the other team think that they have a tank down low that isn't actually there. But the second the mouse gets spotted up top, the entire ruse is up, and then Kitten has basically free reign of down low, even with Sigma there in the Kronvon. Percy, though, taking a little bit more damage. EP getting some more spots. And of course, having the Tracer Shells means that Percy's going to keep getting lit for 20 seconds, even if he's out of view range. As EP puts in yet another shot, which is an additional 20 seconds of being lit from that point. J-Tag, though, is going to, again, move forward for Kitten M, trying to aggress the bases. He's looking for that mouse. He's not going to find it. The Kronvon all down in his position, but he's not finding the mouse. But he will be lit now. Here we go. J-Tag finding Sigma. Do we see a shot go in? No guns firing here. And Soul not quite looking down from up top to put one in. Although EP looks like maybe rotating back for some looks. No, not quite. They grabbed C though. Interesting. They snuck C with the mouse. We took a little bit of damage, but overall it was a worthwhile play. And I love this. This is funny. Backing all the way down up top like that. Actually bouncing a shot from Neko. That's funny. That's a funny route. But it is the most direct, and it means you don't have to waste time going all the way around that hill like that, which would be incredibly slow for a tank like the mouse. Kitten M, though, looks like they want to push down low. They lost up top, the extra base, so they're just going to see if they can aggress and take A in order to regain cap control. They're going to have to do it quick, though, as we're about to see Soul reach 800. Looks like they want to double rush Sigma here. Now, does Soul have something lined up? They do. Lagundo looking, CJ Parks looking, and J-Tag took damage, but Lagundo probably should have put more shots in there. But was reloading or wasn't paying attention, but Soul is looking to get the kill here if Sigma can reload this one. For some reason, driving in for the face hug. Ends up bouncing the shot. That's not what you want to do with the Kron. Thankfully, though, CJ Parks gets the kill shot, 950 cat points. Kitten M trying to make a play up top, see if they can step C. But they don't have anything to step A, do they? No, absolutely not. Percy doesn't have the HP to do it. And Darkest Savage getting picked along with Percy is going to give Soul game 2. I just realized I didn't update the scoreboard, but it's 1-1 now. My fault. Teams trading games on Middleburg, both winning from the same spawn. And the mouse up top worked. That was funny. Did not expect that sort of strat, but Soul's getting creative. We saw it on Naval, and we're seeing it now. We even saw it on Port Bay with their second strat, and their first strat as well. They're running interesting stuff pretty much every time, and I have to give it up to them. I am enjoying watching Souls play. Game 3 now. Move on to our next map, Desert Sands. And Soul's going back to a standard lineup. Kron's F3s. Okay, and I'm doing the same. Lineups are identical, save a Panzerwagon for a Kron. Actually, no. Panzerwagon and a Kron for 2 of the F3s. I'd like to see how the losers bracket side for each group is doing, so I'm going to reload the brackets on the website real quick. See if that'll load in time, but I don't know if it will. It tends to take forever. Okay, Void Apex is still going on. Metro knocked out YSL in Group 1. Group 3, 7 Rats knocked out Pix, so 7 Rats is still alive, and Group 4 is still going on between Photon and Filth. So yeah, Void Apex, still unclear who wins that one. Alright, let's introduce Desert Sands and get moving with Game 3 in this best of 5 set. Will we see the tiebreaker Game 5? Oh man, oh man. Here we go. Another map where you can't fly too high on. Ronvons from Seoul look like they want to see if they can nuke the crossing. Cat with Power getting lit early by the Panzerwagen. Does he get nuked? Cat with Power takes one hit, so a few misses from Seoul. Silverhaired is getting hit hard, though. What's happening here? What was that? I couldn't even zoom in time. Kitten M is shoving right on through with the F3s, and they actually catch Silverhaired between Darkest Savage, JTAG, Percy, and Neko, although Neko's getting hit pretty hard himself. Player 9-2's putting in shots. Momo put one in. Panzerwagen might get the kill on Neko, but Momo's going to fall as well. What the heck is this? He's completely shoving into Kitten M territory. This Kitten M looks like they're trying to counter push into player 9-2. I couldn't even click on Silverhaired fast enough. That's how fast he died. Momo is alive for a little bit longer. Maybe see if you can just put shots in. I mean, really, any shots that you can get in at this point would be worth it, but no. Cat of Power does hunt him down, as well as Momo, but they do pick up Neko. So it is a 5v4 at the moment. Kitten M has big HP advantage. They're trying to get out of the line of fire of CJ and Sigma, but Darkest Savage completely getting decimated there. 35 HP remaining, but still able to get the kill on Eepy in the light tank. Lagundo trying to sneak in, get the kill, but frankly, it's game over for Soul at this point. Actually missing the kill shot. No, he got it. He got it. I thought he was reloading. He's fine, but HP difference is very high at the moment. It will be a great challenge for Soul to cook much up here. As Lagundo goes down, Sigma has a clip to dump into JTAG, but just as quickly, they will lose CJ Parks. Well, CJ should get the kill here. Does. But yeah, too much HP remaining. Cat with Power, 2.2. Agent Kermit, 1.8. Both of those tanks alone having more HP than the entire combined hit points of Soul. And there we go. CG Parks left in the 1v3. And early aggression. Well, Soul had good idea trying to go for quick spots on the crossing. They just got completely caught off guard by the aggressive B shove from Kitten M, which I wasn't even looking at. So very well played. Aggression seems to be winning lots of games here in this current meta. Getting a quick clip and holding that advantage. This Kitten M takes game 3. Relatively quick game. 4.1 for JTAG, nicely done. 0 for Silver-Haired Elf Babe. 300 for Percy, so yeah, lots of tanks just being traded quickly. That's how Clippers go, I guess. And here we are, back in the trading room for game 4. Guess I can refresh the website again. Hello, Maurice. Alright, we do have some news for the brackets. I'll share my screen quickly. Group 2, Apex defeats Void 3-1, so Void getting 4th place in this group. Tough one for them. Tough for Apex as well, but they survived. At least, they're still alive. And again, Metro beat YSL. Southern Rats beat Pix. And this is new as well. Photon beat Filth in the tiebreaker, so Photon's still alive. Solid. Alright. So those are our groups at the moment. We can get right back to Desert Sands here for game 4. Still bringing some concepts in here. Alright. I've seen scrims on this map. Granted, this was a few months ago. Not super recently. But it was after the rebalance. I've seen scrims where there were 7 concepts. I've legitimately seen that. I've subbed in a scrim where that was a thing. They just wanted 7 concepts and it was just fight for the planes. It was very goofy. But the 10 degrees of gun depression with the clip is quite nice to have, of course, in hilly areas like this. But not seeing that quite now. Maurice, I don't have anything set up, man. I think I told you this last time. Actually, I don't know if I said it outright. I said what I intended to say. Maybe I didn't say it was top 8 is probably when we're gonna get those set up. I don't have anything set up at the moment. But all you do is join here and ask about giveaways. So I'm sorry, but maybe someone else has something set up and you can join them. But interesting. So we'll look at the game now. Panzerwagon getting caught up by the heavy from Kitten M spawning here and going for a quick shot into EP. Sol, though, trying to see if they can put some shots back into Kitten M. Missed one shot, I think. Momo put some in. But look at Sigma getting caught out in the rear. Those F3s coming from the middle dip there, clipping out Sigma. Don't have anything left in the clip to get the kill, although JTAG is about to reload it. Sigma will go down. At that point, you just kind of had to push forward, but nope, he'll fall. Kitten M has good control over this area as well. Sol's just playing way too passive. CJ Parks completely out of the fight. EP completely out of the fight. Silverhaired completely out of the fight. This is a sweep for Kitten M. A complete sweep. They have all of their tanks lined up to take the plane. They'll get the kill on player here, and then they'll have a really good position to fight everyone else back. Even though the HP isn't like huge difference, like 3k, yeah, it's a decent difference, but they have all their tanks alive. They're all grouped well together. EP is playing super far back, and most of Sol's HP just entered the fight right now. They get their first kill, but I just don't see any chance for Sol here. Nice HE, double HE clip there from Neko. JTAG with the kill. Percy, lowest HP tank in the area. Obviously, there's Accelerator, who is all the way in the back. Not really at risk of dying. I think CJ is looking for him a little bit, but not going to matter too much if he lives or dies. EP might go around for that kill, but either way, EP's not doing anything to contribute to this fight at all. And we will see Kitten M taking this one. That'll be a 3-1 win. Kitten M over Sol. I enjoyed watching Sol's creative plays the first set and early on in the second set, but this time wasn't anything particularly crazy. Kind of got caught out there by Kitten M's aggression through the middle. Both games on Desert Sands, and they will take 3-1. Congrats. Which means Kitten M guaranteed a spot in day 3. They have moved on to Grands as top 2 teams move on, and we get to see Sol rematch versus Apex. We already saw them beat Apex once today. Can they do it again? Can they do it again? Got the room invite, so we're just gonna get right into it. Apex, their team name, I just realized, just Washed Gamers, so I guess maybe that's how they feel about their current status, is they need to unrust a little bit. After 6 months without playing any tournaments, and frankly, knowing the members of Apex, I doubt they've really played Blitz much, if at all, in those 6 months. I know Krish likes to play a lot, Joker regular, but obviously since Joker's not playing, he moved to Apex. DJ maybe, but I don't think many of the other players have been playing much at all over the past 6 months, so could explain things a little bit. My phone is low. I gotta charge my phone. Yeah, let's check the maps here. For this set, this is another best of 5, as well as all of tomorrow's sets will be best of 5s as well. We've got, if it will load, Fort, Despair, New Bay, and Yukon. Cool. I'm gonna check Discord. I'm getting a lot of mentions. Alright, there's some stuff related to Apex. I don't know why I'm being pinged about that, because I am no longer in that clan. It does not concern me. Hmm. Alright, we can show the room. And yeah, Apex Soul rematch. Let me get my prediction set up. Use outcome. Where is my battle pass? Where is your battle pass, Otto? Where is your battle pass? Sorry, still setting up this prediction. Since Soul won the last time, they get to have the first slot. Soul gets the first slot against Apex. And we'll make it... How much time do I have? We'll make it 2 minutes again. Bang. Yo, Apex versus Soul rematch. Yo, facts. We'll see if if something like this happens again. Apex is already running interesting tanks. Blue is running the Grill. Desert, this is, I believe it's Spanish Sahara, right? I don't know if he has many tanks on his NA account or if he's just pretty much hard stuck Kron. But Kujus Mouse, Market is the Panzerwagon player now, not Krish. Krish is in a Felice. And this isn't actually Kami, this is someone using his account, for better or for worse. To my knowledge, at least. That's what I've been told, but I've been told that's Mysticus Magnus. He's also a mouse, so double mouse. And no, Apex, they're not running a Grill, they're running a 4K5. All right, heavy hitter. I don't know what they're running. He's switching back and forth. It's whatever. But anyway, Fort Despair is the map, so the heavier lineup makes sense for Apex. The Soul, though, they're not running too much armor. I mean, they've got the double F3s, but they're, you know, focused on the Clippers, being the Krons, the Concepts, the F3s, of course. And we'll see. The games that they won, they were able to catch someone out early. So Apex is going to have to prevent those sort of mistakes if they want to win this set here on Fort Despair. Looks like they switched into a Vickers and they're keeping the Grill. Okay, solid. All right. So, yeah, Soul's win condition is getting an early kill. So really, if Apex can keep Market and Blue and the Kron alive, then they'll be looking a lot better. Looks like prediction. Did I mess up the prediction? Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. Are we? Oh, we're seeing a boost? Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the game. We're seeing a boost. Market Man going alone to A. Shoots his gun. Gets himself spotted. Soul is completely committed to A. Ooh, Market Man's lucky he didn't take more damage. Gets unspotted here. They're going to go for blind fires. They don't hit anything, so Market is going to survive. I was a little bit nervous about that. But we do see the boost. They're going for the old, yeah, Grill on Fort Despair boost. Very interesting. Are they putting a Kron up as well? No, they're not doing that. Alright, so we're seeing the raid boost. Interesting. Alright, let it cook. Okay. I'm not going to be able to be as hype as Bushka and I believe Skate were when they did the original commentary for this, but Lagundo gets spotted. They're starting to push into the town. And what's the play here? I want to see the Grill's POV here. You can't see a whole lot quite yet. This is as high as I can fly. Soul has completely gotten into Apex's spawn. And Apex, they're kind of boxed in here. Soul is just clipping out Ferocious Puppy. Oh my goodness. Down to 800 HP. Desert Fair trying to get in front for some HP sharing, but oh my goodness, Lagundo getting nuked in the middle. Does the Grill now have vision? He does. The Grill has vision. He's going to get the kill on Silver Haired. Gets it. Still not lit. They don't know where he's at. They're realizing, oh, is he in the boost spot? Is he in the boost spot? He's got shots on CJ now, maybe? He's looking for it. Yup, shot on CJ. Oh, man. And Apex is up on the HP at the moment. They're up on the caps as well. as well as up 2 tanks. Another shot goes in. I think the Soul might be realizing. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But looks like, is Apex making a play on CJ Parks? Looks like they are. Mystic is in the mouse. Plenty of HP to go for the play. Market Man coming in as well. And yeah, Grill putting in work up top. So Apex coming back out with the creativity. I don't think they do know. I think the concept is still getting railed by the Grill here. Yeah, no, they don't know. You just they're kind of eating it. Another shot coming in? Absolutely. Yeah, Grill's gonna have a lot of damage by the end of this. Soul did not realize. They do not know where that Grill's at. And if they do know, they're doing a very poor job at hiding from it. Yeah, just more damage being completely brought in here. And the boost did its job. There we go. Apex, despite being completely boxed in terms of map control, is able to get quick kills, rain damage down from above, and take it. There we go. Apex with a nice game 1 win. Things are looking a lot better for them this time. What's up, Pickle? Welcome to the stream. You know, yep. If I'll set stuff up for top 8, but probably not PYS's. Appreciate you, man. Catastrophic Cannon, hello. Good real boost strat. Looks like it. Looks like it. Yeah, 4.5k. Goated strat. Shout out Raid. Beautiful. Alright. Game 2. Okay. So Mythos sent me a message saying, it's Kami, I'm not playing. So I don't know. I don't know who it is at this point. And Catalyst sent me a message saying, yeah, man, it's definitely Mythos on Kami's account. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I've been fed so many things by so many people. I don't know. But Mythos sent me those messages and then deleted them as well. So I really don't know what's going on. But, ugh. Whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I am noticing it. He's on mobile. I don't know if Mysticus plays mobile or not. I don't know what control scheme he plays on. Anyway, 17 seconds left till game number 2. The grill is coming out again. Are we seeing a double grill boost? There's no way, right? They're running double mouse again. Yeah. Are we going to see them do it twice? That would be diabolical. Soul's got a Ho-Ri, but he's definitely not going to be boosted. They don't have tanks for that. Doing a double grill boost in an elimination set is absolutely insane. Silver through. Bro, this has been an interesting... Yeah, they're doing another boost. What the hell? What am I looking at? What happened to the game I love? I only need a couple tanks this time to do it. They've done their homework. Again, all they need to do is make sure that they don't lose too many tanks in the opening. Market Man survives the opening here, which he's not playing aggressively. And spots Lagundo in the middle. Yep. Other grill boost. We can do it once, we'll do it again. Sure, why not? And he's over. Beautiful. That is crazy. 2 games in a row. Man. Wargaming tries to make it so they can't do boosts like this. They always put invisible walls and shit in, but doesn't matter. Ooh, Market Man got blind fired. Okay. Soul's grabbing B and C. They clearly did not learn. Maybe they did learn. Maybe they know now, and they're going to be playing smarter and playing with cover from the grill. But Mouses from Apex are now going to be re-pushing C. Apex needs to grab caps here because they're down quite a bit on the points. Soul is pretty spread out, so they're not going to be able to commit everything to stopping the base here. They will grab C if they can push them out. Now, I don't know if Blue has shots right now. If he gets spotted, the Hori could even shoot him. Looks like he sees the Hori over there. But no, he does have shots over here on the player at 926. Cares more about the Hori. No. There we go. Now the Grill can just farm. And yeah, player 92 just doesn't know. He has no clue. They don't know. Sol still has the caps, though. Apex needs to somehow bring the caps back. Looking for Lagundo. Will he back up just a little bit more? Nope, he's pulling forward. So at the moment, Sol is safe. Apex needs to somehow push the fight into an area where the Grill can just farm. Because, you know, Sol, if they just stay away from the Grill, they're in a 7v6 scenario, really. And one of the tanks being a light with Market Man, it's really almost a 7v5. Chris trying to make plays in the A corner. CJ Parks is already here to hold it, though. This isn't looking as great for Apex as last game did. And Ferocious Puppy's getting hit hard. Uh-oh, he's making a play in the middle. Ouch, absolutely deleted. Apex is now pushing the corner. They see CJ Parks as a kill, but Ferocious Puppy's about to get dropped in the middle. Now, does the Grill still have shots? I know this is probably not the tank I should be picking a view at, but he does still have shots. He can put some in. Sol is again going for the base grab. They're going for C. He has a shot on the Hori. Puts it in. Blue is doing a good job with that. Krish missing the shot on CJ. He's getting shot in the rear. CJ only cares about Market here. Krish is getting shot in the rear. Market just needs to stay alive. Krish is going to end up getting the kill, doing a full clip dump. Loses a lot of HP for it, though. And he's going to have a very long reload. But Apex has brought the fight back. They are now up a good amount of HP. Desert Pharaoh in an awkward spot where he's just getting 2v1. He should just put his shots in. He's about to have a full clip. Although Renamed User gets spotted up top. The Grill is lit. Sol knows now where he's at. Player's still backing up even though the Grill is spotted. What kind of awareness is this? I mean, really, it's 2 tanks in front versus 1 in the back, but now he's just getting shot either way. Yeah, Sol's cooked here. Okay, player does kind of back up into a spot where he can't get shot in the rear. Desert Fair does get picked, but Grill still has shots. What a game here. And Krish is looking for Silver-Haired here. Peeks it, but nope, goes down. Player gets picked by Kujis as well. EP Princess, full HP here, now going to get farmed out by Mr. Renamed User. Absolutely. Momo on only a few remaining HP. Q just trying to block the shot there a little bit. He is blocking his teammate, but that's GG. Opening had me slightly concerned, but nope. Double Grill boost, back to back, both spawns. Okay, Apex is cooking. I shouldn't have doubted them. First set was just a little bit of trolling, surely. What's up, Reaper? Long time, man. Hope you're well. Count sharing? Potentially. Submithos. We're just talking about account sharing on a Attorney stream. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And Renamed User again on top, 4.7k. And Apex is now up 2-1, or sorry, 2-0. Moving into New Bay as the second map. This might be a quick 3-0. I don't think there's a Grill boost you can do on this map, that I'm aware of at least. They're gonna run double Hori, so TD's still being used here. Benefit of the Grill having nerfed to fuck damage rolls the same as many of the heavies a lot of the time. I guess, yeah, maybe they think it's a heavy tank that's shooting him, but I don't know. You have to roll really low to have something that's in the realm of a heavy shot, because a heavy shot will be like 300 to 500. That's a really low roll for the Grill, all things considered. Chance of generally no ideas there. I mean, they see a Grill in the lineup. They can probably surmise where that it's the Grill shooting them. They just don't know where the Grill was at until they saw him get spotted there. 3 Horis now for Apex. They're going for some sort of nuke. Sol had run 3 Horis on them earlier today. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know what information fed to me is true or false with the Kami's account thing, because Kami himself said that he sold his account. So I don't know. I don't know. But all right, here we are with intro for game 3. Can Seoul put themselves on the board here? And I can fly pretty high on this map. That's nice, actually. Very cool. Obviously, it's going to be hard to fly around with all these buildings in the way. Can I still fly through this building? No, I can't. It just shoots me up top. Fair enough. Okay. But mini-map here, I should probably make it a little bigger. That's too big. It's decent right there. Soul grabbing a quick B. They've got the light tank. Although, wait, no. Apex has one too. I didn't see the T100. So Krish grabbing C. The Soul will briefly get the cap lead. Or barely get the cap lead. Ho Reeds, looks like one was set to nuke crossing here, put a shot into player 9-2. But 2 Ho Reeds here. What is going on here? They're all split. I thought maybe they'd all play together. But no, it's now Market and Kami. Maybe we're looking for a nuke in the middle. They're now rotating to C. Huh. Kronvons from Apex are holding the center. There's 2 of them. This is a very split play from Apex. I'm a little bit concerned that Soul can just shove this. But it looks like the Hories are going to see maybe if they can... Oh, I was thinking they could look for this crossfire, but even then it's really hard to hit something that's all the way like red line. He'd be trying to grab A, backs out, took some damage. Krish is still playing relatively passively over on B. Hories are starting to take over that area. And maybe looking for this lane. Soul's backing off here. They put a few shots in a renamed user though. The Ho-Ri. It's blue. HP relatively even between the 2 teams at the moment. Apex's Crons are still holding strong. Soul has more Crons though. They've got a 3rd there. Do they start moving forward though? Probably not. Krish is here to back up the Ho-Ri in case Soul tries to make a play there. Double Ho-Ri is actually spotted for Apex. Lagundo spots them. Market's running as reactive now. He's realizing he's going to take some damage. Does put a shot in return, but will take 3 hits. Kami also taking a hit. Oh my goodness, Lagundo got nuked. Mormon G put one in as he was backing out. So Apex did have a crossing fire there, and the 60 TP packing a pretty hard punch. They got good value out of that. Even though they took some damage with those Ho-Ris, they put a lot in return. Lagundo is now a tank that won't have a very fun time pushing. Soul's Crons in the middle are now getting bled a little bit. They do have good contact with Apex in the middle here, although Mormon G now in a position to crossfire that, but he could have a shot into Momo. I wouldn't rush that. Misses it completely. Maybe you could have saved it for Lagundo. Now Lagundo's going to have a free cross. That would have been much better, but no. Double Kronvons are going to pick him off. Didn't see that. Well played from Apex team there. Coming with a nice tracking shot into Momo. Momo missing Market. Hinterregan was going for the play and the Hori but rams himself to death. Diabolical. Kami should be able to have that. Market says nice to the ram. Yeah, this is about to be 3-0. BJ missing the shot on Mormon. Big hit goes in there. We may see a kill here over on Soul if they can pick off Ferocious, but Silverhaired has a full clip, but not pushing forward to put it into Ferocious Puppy. Instead, just going to shove it into Kitten here. But this is going to be 3-0. And Soul is potentially not even going to get a single kill out of this. They're HP sharing here. Not really, actually. They're just not looking at Ferocious Puppy. Ori's get the nukes. 7-0 to end it. Yeah, okay. Apex completely dominated Soul this set. Obviously, last set, different story, but this time, Apex locked in. And even though there was a bit of a scare, they are putting themselves back in Grands. They guarantee their spot in tomorrow's PYS Day 3. And they fight Kitten M to see who gets the top seed. Although I'm really not sure how the seeding works, because apparently it's been super messy, especially on EU. Apparently 3 top teams found themselves in the same group. On Day 2, that's, like on NA, that would be crazy, but on EU, where there's way more teams to the point where there's 4 days of PYSs, and their Day 2 is basically like our Day 1 in terms of team count. Like imagine 3 top teams, I think it was 3rd, 6th, and 9th teams were all together in the same group on Day 1. That would be ridiculous, right? And then everyone would be complaining about that. But yeah, that's how it was. Anyway, 3-0 from Apex. Congrats to them. Very solid set. It was enjoyable to watch. And there we go. We got our grand finals invite, so I'm going to go ahead and put us back in here now. And we will go ahead and get set with grand finals of Kitten M versus Apex. Kitten M on the left, Apex on the right. Cool. And this is another best of 5. Check the maps. Oasis, Molendyke, Wintermell. Cool. I like how all the maps are not repeating within a given day. That's very nice. A good good thing we've got going there. And let's let the brackets load so we can see how the other groups are doing. What's up, Dizzy? Oh, interesting. We're seeing some interesting stuff here, guys. We're seeing some interesting stuff, guys. All right, share my screen. Astro beat GG in a tiebreaker. So GG now facing elimination against Metro. We already watched this stuff, obviously. Onyx beat Moon 3-2, so they are fighting 7 Rats. And this is facing elimination, so either Moon or 7 Rats is getting eliminated. In Group 4, Photon eliminates Chem. So Chem made Day 2, or Day 3 in the last previous skill, but this time they did not. It's going to be Photon making Day 3. So it's Rejects, Photon, Kitten, Apex, Astro, Onyx, and the winner of this set, will be your Day 3 teams. Cool. This has been an interesting proof of skill. I'm happy to see that. Alright, I can go ahead and show in the room. I just wanted to show that little excerpt here. And here we are. Grand finals of Day 2. It's... Alright. Alright, Mythos, I got you. Forget to get the real free cam mod. Is there another one? Catalyst, can you send it to me? Because the one that I have, that I've always used in the past, is not working now. If you could send it to me, I would be very interested. Because I haven't figured it out. And Nino, who I was talking to a few days ago, he said his free cam mod broke. And I'm not aware of one that actually works at the moment. But I would love to have a working one. Because the ones that we've used in the past has broken. Anyway, let's lock in on this last set. Let me do the prediction real quick. We can talk about the lineups in a moment. Choose outcome. No one's betting on them. I'm not even gonna bother. No one even bet on the last one. All right, we're not gonna bother. Twitch chat is slow today, which is all good. Nothing wrong with that. Sneaky's in the chat as well. Welcome, Sneaky. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. It's all good. Okay. Anyway, lineup. Double 4K5. And a Bat Chat and a VZ coming out for Apex. So they're rocking interesting stuff. They already made Grands. They already made Grands, so they're in for Day 2. So this set doesn't matter as much. Of course, the better you perform today, better seeding for tomorrow, which is generally a good thing. But with the way that seeding has been such a mess recently, who knows if that's even an advantage anymore. World Oasis intro. Kitten M not running anything crazy. They do have that E5 back though. The 60 TP, bunch of 116s Kron. So the E5 is a tank that they seem to like here. And the real sliver. I didn't doubt that. Any of EU teams not participate because no prize pool? I'm not sure. I know that a lot of their best teams are playing, but I guess that's a fair point. Maybe some of them aren't as motivated. But yeah, there were complaints in the tournament chat today about the 3rd, 6th, and 9th best teams, arguably on EU, all being put together in the same group. Which is insane. Considering they probably have 64 teams in today. I don't know how many teams EU actually has open today. Anyway, Kitten M did not have a light tank. Krish going for early spots, but what is this play? What is that spotting run? Somehow, Cat with Power did not react to put the shot in there. I feel like that was a free shot for the 60. Kitten M does put one in with Neko. That's more information for Apex about the tank being there, but somehow 60 TP didn't put that in. I thought that looked like a free shot. Maybe there was a little bit of a hill and Krish's route was better than it looked. But, my goodness, that looked really weird from my angle. Over on the other side, Kitten M mostly set up towards A. Apex is heading in that direction though, so we'll see a little bit of a clash here. Actually, no, they're not mostly set up towards A. They've got one tank there. Most of their stuff's kind of set up in between. Nuking the 4K5. Is he dead? Oh my goodness. Rip Blue. Bit of an overextension there, eh? He's just dead. Clipped out. 2.1k free assist, says a Cat with Power. Diabolical line. And Apex are... Okay, they're down a tank. They got to make a play, right? And they're doing it. But Desert Pharaoh's now getting clipped out. And Neko Maxing is going to be able to put even more in. Oh my goodness. Apex is in shambles right now. Neko's taken some damage, but that does not make up for all of the hits that they've taken. They are down almost 6k in HP at the moment. And Kitten M's realizing, we can just shove this, yeah? Desert Pharaoh's trying to run. Now Kujis is alone. I mean, he's got Mormon G, but Mormon G is now clipped out. Okay, Darkest Savage taking some damage. 4k5 is going to be able to put in some good shots, but they're going to lose Kujis anyway. It is 12k to 7k HP. Desert Pharaoh goes down as well. 7v4. Yeah, I don't know what the plan was with that 4k5 going all the way around. Maybe the 60p got the spot out, but man, that hurt. And the 4k5's reverse speed did get nerfed pretty hard. It barely can reverse it all now. Okay, Krish is getting just clipped out by the F3. Oh, 60 bounced the kill shot on Krish. That would have been painful. Granted, the game's already over at this point. The question is, can Apex get any kills? Darkest Savage is playing really far back. Roche's Kitten. Okay, that's a 183. I didn't even see the 183. I didn't even see that in the lineup. So, yeah, 2 4K5s and a 183. Yeah, nice strat. Nice strat. They're trolling. This game doesn't matter. They were just trolling. Granted, I don't know why you troll here. But, yeah. I didn't even notice the entire time that there was a 183 in the lineup. Somehow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fine. They were trolling. Game on. Okay. Alright. What's up, Reaper? Watching while I soft reset for a shiny starter. Enjoy your Pokemon grinding. Very cool. 10 Twitch viewers. Chat dead. Yeah, no one predicted for the last set, so I'm not gonna bother making another prediction. There's no point. Yeah, a little bit of a rough ski for Apex. Although Blue did put a shot in. He did put a shot in. Oh yeah, okay. And their game 2 lineup is no better. All they wanted to do is they wanted to win their last set so that they could guarantee their spot tomorrow, and now they're just doing a little bit of troll ski. Fair enough. What's up, Carl? Long time. Good luck in battle. Appreciate you, man. Good to have you stopping by. Now, what would be crazy is if Apex can win games with these lineups. 3 lights and 3 263s. And I'm sure the only reason that they don't have another goofy tank is because Desert Pharaoh is probably hard-locked Kron. I look at his tanks. Kron Concept, okay. Yeah, Kron Concept. And it looks like maybe started the 60p grind. Could have it if they played a bunch of game modes, but Kron Concept is likely. Mr. Bixup is enjoying himself here. Question is, why do they not have more 263s? Here we go, though. Another. What on earth am I watching? I know, right, Elysium? I know. It's fine. They guaranteed their spot tomorrow, so this set doesn't really matter as much. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Carl. I appreciate you. I missed a sub on YouTube from V6 Gaming. I really wish I could have the alerts on, like I could hear them, but that would like mess with the stream. Maybe I could have it so that only I can hear them and they don't go on stream. I could do that. I don't know. Cat with Power says, are they going to lock in or? Yeah, I don't think they are. A free cups, says Cat with Power. Yeah, I guess so. It does help Kitten M with cups. I guess. Apex going for early spots. They spot 5 of Kitten M's 7 tanks, crossing towards C mostly. A couple tanks in the middle as well. 263s are putting some early shots in. Bat chat. But those F3s are going to be finding themselves a nice little Vickers here. He's going to get out, though. And the 2-6... Oh, man. Now look at this. If those Kitten M F3s keep pushing through, which they aren't yet. Okay, we've got a little trap set up here. They are doing some trolling. Alright, I like it. So yes, it's a goofy strat, but there actually is a little bit of a play that they have going on here. But if they peek out on Darkest Savage... Cat with Power and I have a hot mother. I just read that username for the first time. They're gonna be able to put shots into the side of the 263s, so they gotta hold on to it for now. They're being patient, which I like. That's what they need to do. But will Hot Mother find the 263s? He's about to. He's spotted. Yup. Go. And there we go. The 263s have been activated like sleeper agents. Darkest Savage comes in, and they're going to be able to clip Calm out here pretty quickly. Ferocious Kitten needs to HP share with Darkest Savage, but isn't really doing that. Okay, there we go. A little bit of HP sharing. Accelerator does get the kill. And Ferocious Kitten taking a ton of damage. The 263s got their kill. Accelerator misses the kill shot. They would have lost 2 tanks for that. So Apex makes their play, and it's actually not terrible. Given that they missed their kill shot on Ferocious Kitten, that would have been awful if they did. They lose Desert Pharaoh. They've completely rotated back for the kills on these F3s. So it's about to be a 5v4. They're rushing down Cat with Power now with the light tanks. Kermit's going to put a clip into renamed user, though. Missed the shot, actually. Was that for a kill on Ferocious? I don't know. But Mormon G just playing for a Cat with Power here who isn't turning around for some reason. You just want to put in your shot before you die. But Mormon G gets that kill. And Apex is actually looking like they're in a decent position to win this game. Krish, though, really awkward peaks there. Getting farmed by Neko and JTAG at the same time. But they do get the kill with the double tap and JTAG. Kermit's coming in to see if he could pick up the kill, but now he's clip reloading. Q just nearly full HP, should be able to win a 1v1. It's a challenging 1v1 to win. It's possible. He's got good DPM. I mean, no, that's winnable. That's very winnable. He's got the HP. I thought he had less than what he did. And Apex actually wins that with triple 263. That's a strat. That's a strat of all time. They're having fun today, and I can appreciate that. Double grill boost in the previous set. Triple TDs in the last 3 games I've seen them play. Yeah. Was it the last 3? Yeah. Very, very interesting lineups. But they win it. Q just 4K in the 263. hard carry. Kami was the sacrifice. They nerfed the 4K5's reverse speed? I think they did. It's like 10, I think. Blitz was getting him. Nice, nice. Alright, well, we're tied up heading into next map here, which is Bolendijk. Is there a reason why the 1-2-1-B isn't played? They're just better meds. Overall, there isn't a whole lot of room for anything other than heavies in competitive. Like, this time, Apex is clearly trolling with their TDs. That's not what you'd normally run. But 1-2-1-B, like, there just isn't a whole lot of room for meds. I will say, it's one of the better meds, in my opinion, and I think if you are to see meds, it would be up on the list, but there's better stuff and there's more specialized stuff. Like, if you want to run a medium, it tends to be more specialized. Like, for example, if you want something that's got, like, a good clip, like a Caro, probably, and if you want something that's fast, you just run a light tank. So that you really don't see meds a whole lot, and I'm guessing like we saw the 907 earlier, you probably could have put a 1-2-1-B in there as well. It would have been around the same effect if you're just looking for a DPM. But I don't remember exactly what the... I clicked the wrong intro entirely. Hold on, that was a fail. Hold on. I misclicked. It's Bolendijk. It's gonna completely mess this up, I don't care. Whatever. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work. I don't know. Completely fat-fingered that one. I might have to manually switch back after this video. It worked. Cool. Alright. Well, here we are. Game number 3. All tied up. Krish going for initial spots in the middle. Kitten M having a light tank, but he's just going for a quick C grab here. Apex steps into A first, though. They'll have the cap lead. Krish and JTAG spotting each other. Accelerator also getting spotted in the little TD spot out in the F3. Apex mostly playing A, though, looking at the minimap. And the Krish, having gotten their initial spotting, will get replaced by Market Man. Strange place to take the concept. It looks like he wants to cross. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say, if he's hanging out under the bridge, you probably want to put an F3 there for the armor, but concept pushing through actually spots JTAG, missing that sneaky little shot. Maybe pre-aiming for a second. Just going to reload. Fair enough. But there's Accelerator. Might be able to sneak in a shot. Nope, misses that. Now, Apex rocking their triple 113 GFTs. They just love their triple TD strats. Trying to see if they can set up a nuke on Kitten M pushing A. Although Kitten M, presumably they're not stupid, right? They know that Apex is setting up a nuke somewhere. They just don't know where it is. And the question is, do they push into it or not? Market Man spots Accelerator, crossing. He's sneaking a shot. Seeing Darkest Savage as well, deciding not to go for that. Smart. Kitten M fully sitting up in the town here. Now, Apex does have the cap lead just by a fraction, but Apex does have it. Which means Kitten M is forced to make a play here in some capacity. They're gonna maybe look for B. Seems more likely than repushing A at the moment. And Apex, they're just gonna shove right on in with their TDs. They don't have reactive, but they're gonna triple tap Darkest Savage, 2k HP. He's not gonna bother putting that clip in. He's just gotta back out. Ouch. That's a world of pain there, and not even able to put in any return shots. Apex is still full health with that free little nuke there. They blind fired something back there. There's nothing back there. Apex thinks there's something back there. There is not. But that would have been a crazy blind nuke. Accelerator is in this bush trying to spot, but looks like we're seeing... Oh, Krish 1v1 against Neko maxing, but someone else is here. I have a hot mother. So now Krish is in an awkward little fighting scenario against two tanks. But that's not the main brawl. Hot Mother is kind of circling the wrong way, unfortunately. And Krish will have to keep fighting that 2v1. Presumably Kitten M will win that, but maybe Krish can cook something up. But Apex is winning everywhere else in the map now. They're rotating in one of the GFTs to clip out JTAG. Kitten M will be able to put in some punishment with Darkest. No, he's just going to back out entirely, although Market Man and Ferocious coming in from the other side. Krish is still alive, by the way. Actually has Neko maxing down to 300 HP, completely fighting this by himself. All he has to do is avoid the F3. The F3 is completely doing nothing right now. Completely out of the fight. Krish being on 400, you could try to just peek Neko completely here, but hardly matters. And Apex is sending in reinforcements. Desert Fair renamed user coming on in. And there we go. Krish gets the kill on Neko. Completely staying alive in that little 2v1 encounter here. Apex will clean this up quite quickly. Kitten M does get the kill on Kujis though, so they picked up a kill today. Or in this game. Krish said, guys, what happened? He's been baiting that 116 for the entire game, and yeah. Frankly, there wasn't a whole lot for them to do in that game after getting triple tapped by the GFTs for free. What a goofy strat, but Apex, they're letting loose with this one. They don't care too much. I know, right, Xena? I know, right, Breeze? Holy Apex, yeah, this is goofy stuff. But it worked. 0 damage from Darkest. After taking that initial volley, he just couldn't do anything for the rest of the game. Just had to hide. Hide from a ferocious kitten and a ferocious puppy. Better, more specialized meds. Yeah, pretty much. Just like if you need a generic tank, you take a heavy. And if you need something specialized, there's usually a specific tank from it. And the 1-2-1B is more of an all-rounder for a med. The GFTs are staying. Alright, alright. Along with an E6, Kron and double Vickers. They're like, you know what? No, we gotta run it back with that lineup. Fair enough. My water's empty. I need a little bit of water. I have a little time. I'm realizing that my sweatshirt kind of blends me in with my chair a little bit. Alright. Game 4. Can Kitten M equalize? Learn a little bit more. Did Apex not ready up with one player? Nope, they're good. 7v7. He switched out last second for a Badger. Alright. Alright. Comeback arc. Yes. Alright. What is the play here for Apex? They are not pushing A with the TDs this time. It's more of a C play. Does the Badger bunker down? Don't know. But Double Light looks like they're going for a quick C grab. Neko is actually going to be spotting. Spots the Vickers. Krish is going to try to sneak in a shot. Nope, doesn't hit it. He's going to back out before anyone else sneaks up on him. JTAG will be there looking to put something in. Kitten M is bringing most of their tanks towards A. Yep, JTAG does sneak the shot in. Well played. Ferocious, though, is going to be able to fight him hold down here. Does the Badger have 10 degrees? I don't remember. There he is, though. The Badger in all its glory. He might get farmed from A, though. He's got to be careful about that. Now, look at the Vickers. What the heck was this play? Oh, he's dead. Ripped Mr. Blue. No, the Kronvons can't pressure him. Good play from Apex. They're putting pressure on those Krons so they can't just shove him entirely. And he's actually able to kind of, you know, trade shots with JTAG here, which, granted, not the best thing to do in a light tank. Neko's going to be able to sneak some shots into him from behind. Oh, a little bit of an overextension there. And now he's low. Krish coming on in, Zuzu coming on in. Oh, Kitten M missing 3 shots in a row on Krish. Zuzu puts one in. Ferocious Kitten and Desert Pharaoh in the center going to be pushing Neko back. Is Apex making a play for the Krons? Could be bad. Yeah, bad peek from Krish. Takes 800 for free there. Missed his shot. And Kitten M's low on the clip here. Apex wants to push this, but the wrong tanks are taking all the damage for Apex. You don't want the light tanks to be the ones getting farmed, right? It's not bueno. Krish will pick up that kill, though. HP still quite even, though, actually. Slight favor for Kitten M, but Apex has some initiative out here. They may lose their tanks in the middle, though. If Pharaoh can just put in as much damage as he can before going down along with Desert Pharaoh, that would be ideal. But Apex do get the 2 kills out on the outside. BTY Specialist looking to put a little bit of chip damage in here, but by rotating that position, he might have just made himself the next target. Jigtag puts a clip into the side to Zuzu, which was quite nice. Pharaoh does go down quickly. You would think that a badge would have more durability to just put shots in and then bunker down, but no, he fell right very fast. Cat with Power and Accelerator are not pushing up into... What is Darkest Pharaoh? He is driving backwards. I'm confused here. Anyway, looking at the other side, Christian, renamed user, going for kill on Neko, but Neko could straight up 1v2 this. Both the lights are low. Yep, there's the kill on one, and Neko can now 1v2 this. Blue with a little bit of an over peak ski here. Kitten M have 2 caps, they have HP. Yeah, Neko's gonna 1v2 the lights. Well played there. Gets hit hard, but gets the kill, doesn't mess up. BTY Specialist falls. HP is even, but it's a 4v3. Ferocious big shot into Accelerator. But Accelerator should just clip out and back up. That is what we're going to see. Desert Pharaoh reloading a full clip so that he can take up a Cat with Power in 1 clip. And he does that. Puts in 1 shot, 2 shot. Looking for the 3rd. Neko trying to go for the play on Market Man. Who has the kill here? Does Neko have the kill? He does. 4v1. We are going to be seeing a tiebreaker between Apex Kitten M in Game 5. Does that mean we see them lock in here for Game 5 just to get the 1 seed? Or do we see a goofy Game 5 strat as well? Got to find out. I think Yukon was the tiebreaker map. There we go. 1 kill for Apex. And everyone else is pretty low, but they have complete cap control, and they're grabbing C as well. This is never winnable at all, but he did get a kill there. And there we go, guys. Game 5. Ooh boy. The stakes, not particularly high, but at least Apex is having fun. At least they're still motivated in that regard. Maybe tomorrow they'll lock in so that they can qualify right to top 8. Because if they don't win a PYS, like straight through to top 8, they're going to have a hard time making it on cups, given the fact that they didn't play an entire PYS. That's going to hurt them quite a bit. There we go. 4.3 for Ferocious Puppy, not enough. J-Tag on top for Kitten M. And here we go. I was wrong. I think Yukon might have been the last map's tiebreaker, which we didn't get to see. It's on Wintermal. Cool. Hopefully me messing up the intro videos last time won't have an effect this time on rolling the Wintermal intro. But it looks like Apex are finally running regular tanks for pretty much the first time today. I guess the first set they were running regular tanks and just got outplayed. And now they are running regular tanks again. G-Sor, Concept, 1 light tank. And I'm bringing the E5 back out. They like the tank. 1-2-1's being used. 2 of them, 3 of them. Heavy hitting mediums, so they've got some sort of specialized play to run the 1-2-1. Probably just want some high alpha mediums. Fair enough. Does the 1-2-1 still have tungsten? It might. No, Apex are, they're not necessarily running normal tanks. They've got an E100 and a Type 5. They've got 7 different tanks in their lineup, actually. Bringing a Ho-Ri in the mix as well. They've all got a purpose in the strat here. Now, I was quick to denounce the Type 5 in the first PYS, but we did see 7 Rats take game off of Oblivion running 2 of them. So it's a usable tank. Apex in particular, though, they haven't had much success with this tank. In fact, I believe it was Pharaoh running it in top 4 or top 8 last season against Joker. He had a complete toss of a game by having the Type 5 in endgame. I think it was Steely's 1v2, but I might be thinking of a different situation. Triple 1-2-1s for Kitten are going towards A. They're not going to find anything, though. Probably grab a quick cap. Good to have the lead here. Yep, they do get the cap lead. Krish will to grab C for Apex. Not spotting anything on the crossing here. Krish was going for a blind fire for maybe some sort of reset. Didn't hit anything, though. Kitten M not looking to go for blind reset of their own. Now, Neko Maxing is sneaking up into this little bush here, trying to see if he can get some spots. Actually, Market Man in a very aggressive position. He is safe, though. Spots the E5 hiding back, who puts an HE shot in. Takes a full hit in return, but Kitten M is rotating in with 4 tanks, 3 to back up Kermit. And Market Man did not detect this. Can they sneak up and through? J-Tag's now lit. Apex knows something's cooking here. Kitten M's got their 116 of 3s lit as well. Apex knows something's going on here, but Kitten M is pushing with their concept in E5. Do they think Market's alone? Because he has Mormon G backing him up, but it wouldn't be enough if the 1-2-1s get in the fight. The question is, do they peek? Pharaoh's getting hit hard elsewhere. Looks like Kitten M finds Pharaoh as well, and Krish is going to rotate on in. Ooh. Pharaoh put the shot in. Now Krish sneaks one in as well. Neko will back out, but he took some decent damage for that. 1-2-1s, though, moving in. They're unspotted as of now. But that's going to be a 4-tank push in on Market Man with the rotation. Neko's taking some damage in the rotation, but Desert Pharaoh's bringing himself out of the fight. 1,000 damage into Cat with power, but Market Man gets picked off. And Mormon G's going to be next to follow. If he could put one into Cat with power, it would be good. But you just got to put your shot in and die here. Neko getting picked off other side of the map by Desert Pharaoh. Kami also looking to sneak a shot in, but I don't know if he hit that one. Mormon G will fall here. Just needs to put in one more shot. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. Misses it. He will fall. So we're going to be seeing a bit of a 6v5 scenario here. Renamed user also quite low. He's going to get picked off as well. Are we going to be seeing Kitten M defeating Apex twice today? While the HP is even, there's a 2-tank differential between the two. J-Tag being full HP, just going to shove Kami, who's being hit by 2 different directions at once, gets clipped out. He goes down. So does Accelerator, and so does Darkest Savage. Wait, now it's a 4v4, and Apex has the HP lead. J-Tag, though, in a good position to deal with Kami, potentially, being nice and hulled down from this angle. Ferocious Kitten does grab B. Apex does have cap points. Kitten M has to do something about it, but J-Tag will double clip out Kami along with Kermit. Kermit doesn't even have to put in the shot because of the fire. But that kill gives a little bit of help to Kitten M with the caps, but Krish now grabbing A. Kitten M needs to get kills here because caps are not looking good for them. Sneaky shot going into Ferocious Kitten from J-Tag. Misses his return fire. Cat with power got an angle on Pharaoh as well, along with Kermit. They're going to be able to pick up this kill as well, most likely. Pharaoh just needs to see if he can survive one more shot from Kermit, but not likely. You know, Cat with power has it. And they're going to step B. Apex just needs to survive with these tanks. BTY Specialist is looking for Pharaoh. Pharaoh's dropping down to see if he can avoid the gun of J-Tag. Oh, it's so close right now. Krish gets located by the 1-2-1, rolls into the building. Do we see the high roll? And they do. Kitten M is going to get the kill. Krish driving, but Desert Pharaoh got J-Tag. Wait, 990? 995? Somehow Apex won that. What the heck? Oh my goodness. I thought Krish running into that building completely screwed them there. He got found somehow. But Apex won it on caps. What a disaster from Kitten, as they were so close to taking the game from Apex. And if you're Apex, like, yes, you feel good that you won. But this, like, to me, this looked like maybe it was a more serious strat, and it didn't work well for them. Really good rotation with the 1-2-1s from Kitten M, being able to shove through Market and Mormon G without being detected, but didn't work in the end. They move on to tomorrow, though, so they got to feel good about that at least, but they are absolutely so close to defeating Apex there. Dang. And yes, everyone's probably thinking, and I'm kind of thinking as well, Apex not trying as hard today as indicated by most of the strats, but how does that help them with tomorrow? Tomorrow, they have to win tomorrow to go through, or else they have to, bank on winning PYS 3. So they need to lock in. We'll see what groups are looking like for tomorrow. I'll go ahead and reload the brackets, and we can see how the rest of the groups went, but yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about tomorrow for Apex. I don't know. But let's see what's going on here. So GG Astro still going on. Astro having a good showing today against GG. GG were looking really good in the first PYS, but Astro potentially beating them would shake their ego a bit. Apex over Kitten M in a tiebreak. Group 3, 7 Rats over Onyx 3-0. So 7 Rats had a little bit of an early elimination scare against Onyx, but then 3-0'd them back. So that's an interesting dynamic there. And then Rejects over Photon 3-0. Rejects having 0 issues today with their group. I would like to watch Rejects at some point. I want to see how they play. See if I can maybe get in their group tomorrow. That would be nice. But yeah, that's 3 of your 4 groups done. We know all the 8 teams moving through. It's just a matter of seeding. And yeah, congrats to Apex on winning today despite the initial shakeup. Kitten M playing quite well as well. I was entertained by Soul and their strategies, their creativity. It was enjoyable to watch as well. GG's. Read the end of chat there. Team folded. Hey Mental, it's all good, man. GG's. That is the real Gundo. That's whale legs. That is cap. A-Tag might be the go. What's up, Eris? On Kitten M had to switch to Soul last minute. Dang. It's a mess. Alright. Think that's where we call it then. It's been a pleasure having y'all here, and we'll be back tomorrow with PYS 2 day number 3. The time, I would say same time as always, but we had like a bit of a time zone switch up, with daylight savings in the US. I really wish they would just get rid of that, but we still have it. So it's going to be, same time as today's stream was tomorrow. What's up, Mr. Otto? All right. Y'all have a good one. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, until then, stay safe. Happy tanking.
Thank you.